Like, someone asked me, like, how are you ranking your players? Because I say Giannis is number one power forward all the time, right? And they was like, how are you ranking your players? I rank my players by the degree of difficulties. You get me? So if I put Giannis over Tim Duncan, it's because Giannis had to average 35 points to be a champion. Tim Duncan never had to do that. He ain't had to do that. Duncan averaged 21 points, had a great team, had a great system, and was a phenomenal player. But he didn't have to score 50 in a closeout game. He didn't have to go through what Giannis is going through right now with trades. Giannis won a championship and Defensive Player of the Year, and we didn't see the Bucks in the championship the next year. That's a problem. That's the degree of difficulty. Why would you rank LeBron in front of Jordan? Well, it's the degree of difficulty. This is the degree of difficulty. I think what Jordan did is phenomenal. Like, I have no pushback on it. But then I look at what LeBron did coming from high school, putting a team on his back, right? Not team, a franchise. Franchise on his back. We looking at the rosters like, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they wash. I don't know how he going to do it. They win in 60 games. 3 or 4 years in the league, he's in the finals. Every super team that he went to, he made it the super team. No, like, he made it a super team. Like, it's not a super team unless I'm here. Every team he went to the year before wasn't a championship contending team. They became a championship contending team when he got on there. He had no mentorship going into the league. Michael Jordan had Dean Smith. He had no mentorship. He had to learn all on his own. Who? His high school coach taught him how to be an NBA player? Degree of difficulty. 10 finals. Played against the best players. The best players. All the competition that you say Jordan played against is number 2 to LeBron's competition. Maybe 1 or 2 might not change. Maybe Shaq. Shaq. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool. His position and his style and position is a dying breed. You don't see it no more. Magic. You young bulls say Curry better than Magic. I'm not ready to commit to that yet. But it's questionable. So when we sit here and look at the degree of difficulty, I'm going to put LeBron in front of Jordan. Like, think about it. Steph Curry was the best shooter of all time before he broke the record. Would you agree? Why?
Because of the type of shots he was making.
Degree of difficulty. Off the dribble, around the screen. 2 people, 3 people on him. 6'11", Anthony Davis in his face. We didn't see Ray Allen and Reggie Miller do that. He was the greatest shooter before it even happened. Degree of difficulty. Kobe versus Jordan. I'm going to be 1,000%. I've never said this. Kobe versus Jordan, right? Honestly, I would rank, this is the God truth. I would put Kobe ahead of Jordan if he didn't copy the Jordan style. I think what Kobe did was more difficult than what Jordan did. It's just harder to argue for Kobe. It's harder to argue someone being on your team that averaged more points than you, someone being more dominant than you, and we calling you the better player. Someone on your team had all the accolades while you were playing healthy. It is hard to argue for Kobe at that point. Then your whole style, the image, or whatever the case may be, became a Jordan thing. So I can't put you ahead of Jordan. But realistically, if I'm basing guys off the degree of difficulty, Kobe come before Jordan, in my opinion. Come before Jordan. What you think, E? Would you put Kobe before Jordan?
Yeah, I'll put Kobe before Jordan.
I got to put Kobe before Jordan, bro. Like, me talking about a dude scored 81 points. 81 points. And I think he scored 65 times in that, or 3 times in that same season, 3 to 5 times. I ain't write it down. In that same season. The man was a dog. Then I get people that say, I was talking to a guy and I was telling him that, you know, you keep sending me all LeBron failures. You sending me all LeBron failures. Oh, look, he flopped. Oh, he missed a free throw. But you missing 2 decades of greatness. Main man gonna tell me, you talking about the decades he was losing. Now, we gotta define a losing player versus losing a series. Now, let's think about this. Like, let's put this in perspective, E. LeBron James has won more playoff games than the Lakers franchise in the last 22 years. He's won more rings than the Lakers franchise in the last 22 years. The Lakers franchise is the most winning organization, one of the most winning organization in the NBA. Same thing with Boston. More playoff wins, more rings, one person. But somehow he's a loser. He's a loser, E. And it's wild to me, bro. Like, it's really wild to me that you would say a guy going to the finals 10 times is losing, but a guy winning 1 ring in 20 years is a winner. 1 ring in 21 years is a winner. So if a guy wins 5 rings in 20 years, but don't make the finals outside of the years he's winning it, he's a winner? What was he doing for the other 15? What was you rooting for the other 15? So my thing is, I'd rather see the player I like playing in May, June. You'd rather see your favorite player sitting at home with you or April? See, you want to see your favorite player doing the post-game shows in April? It don't make no sense. We got to start defining what is a losing player and losing a series. He's been to 10 finals and won 4, right? That's 40%, right? Steph Curry, the greatest shooter all time, right? What's his shooting percentage? 40%. Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, 42%. But they the greatest shooters of all time, though. They're the greatest shooters of all time at 40%. Why you don't put Kyle Korver up there? His shooting percentage is up there. At one point, 1 year, Kyle Korver averaged a 52% three-point percentage. He should get more respect. But you know why you don't give him more respect? Because he didn't shoot the ball as many times as the other guys. So the other guys don't go to the finals as much, but they get more respect than the guys who actually went to the finals more. How that makes sense? If Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time at 42% on three-point shooting, and you giving it to him because of the degree of difficulty and how many times he shot it, why LeBron James don't get the same respect for going to the finals 10 times with the degree of difficulty and having a 40% winning ratio in the finals? It doesn't make sense. But they making special rules for my boy. They're making special rules for him. And that's how all of these is, right? Like, we have no problem saying Shaq is the greatest center. Do you think Shaq is the greatest center? I'm curious. Who's your greatest center? All right, go Jokic. Fine. We'll get to that later. I say Shaq is the greatest center. And people don't fight me on this at all. If I say Shaq is the greatest center, I've never received a DM of Shaq missing free throws. I've never received a DM of Hakeem Olajuwon cooking Shaq in the Orlando Magic City. I've never seen a DM of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar doing the skyhook. But he has less rings than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So why y'all don't give me the same pushback y'all gave LeBron? He has 2 less rings than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. LeBron has 2 less rings than Jordan. But y'all give me a lot of slack about that. They making special rules for that man. They making special rules.